What is up, guys? It's Pumpkin here, back with another Mortal Kombat 1 video. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down one of the most, if not the most hyped up, spectacular trailer to ever be shown in Mortal Kombat 1. And let me tell you, this trailer stole the show last night. So we're gonna find out together why this trailer stole the show last night, because it really did. But before we do that, of course, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for some Mortal Kombat 1 content on this channel. There's a lot of fun to be had here, and with that said, let's start the chip chat and let's just get to the breakdown. So to start things off, we get to see that even though Fire God Liu Kang created an era where there's peace, which causes the stages in Mortal Kombat 1 to look massively pretty and peaceful to the point where it'll become like Disneyland momentarily. But this bloody stage just says, nah, all of that peace and garden-like world goes right out the window. We're gonna give you what Mortal Kombat is known for 30 years, and no peace should ever exist in a Mortal Kombat, only blood and rage. So it does look like we're getting back those undead, horrifying fight to the death stages, because I've always wondered if this game has so many stages that gives you that wonderful morning vibe, then there's no room for stages like Deadpool, Soul Chamber, Coliseum, Flesh Pits. All of those stages are what solidifies Mortal Kombat has somewhat of an insanity world, where places like Anger of the Earth from Tekken 6 would fit so well with Mortal Kombat with no explanation. It just does. Either way, it's nice to see the undead looking stages come back to Mortal Kombat. Moving on though, we got someone very special we haven't seen for quite some time, and he's been heavily teased by Ed Boon everywhere in the Mortal Kombat community. And good news to all content creators, this ninja has green blood. So he will be the dummy for all fatalities without the monetization on your videos. Holy crap, right? And you guessed it. Yes, you guessed it. The ninja is Reptile. Yes, you heard that right. Reptile is back in the game, stronger and dangerous than ever before. And surprise, surprise, he can morph into a giant muscle mass crocodile while in human form.
I like the sound of that.
I gotta say, I am very glad to see Reptile make his presence known here, and for those, including myself, who wanted all the ninjas in the roster together, they are all here. I'm telling you, they are all here in the roster, with Reptile being the biggest surprise out of all the ninjas today. And to my surprise, I never thought he would be a good guy here alone. Like, I never thought he would be a good guy in Mortal Kombat in like over the 30 years of its Mortal Kombat history. Here, at least from looking at the scene alone, which he is talking to Johnny Cage and Kung Lao behind the bars, and just from looking at the scene alone, if Baraka can get a good character change, then so shall Reptile. Because my God, I never thought Reptile to be a good guy, and this just kind of gives you that feeling that he will be a good guy at a certain point. But maybe there'll be a plot twist, I don't know, but we should expect to see that in the near future, at least till next month. We can see what happened to him, and yeah, this is what we're looking for. As far as content creators go, let me tell you this: Reptile is a godsend for Mortal Kombat content creators on YouTube, because like Devora, he has different blood color. So instead of red, Reptile has green blood, which I'm sure we all known that for like a long time. We've all known Reptile has green blood. But his sole purpose is to reduce the chance of getting demonetized, which makes Reptile the #1 dummy for Mortal Kombat 1 fatality practices on YouTube without like a strike by YouTube. So the only thing that could save Reptile is if YouTube can just let the red blood flow the course of the Mortal Kombat 1 video, thus saving Reptile the worst torture he can never escape like Devora never has. But it seems very unlikely, so YouTube, please save my boy Reptile before he becomes our fatality dummies in Mortal Kombat 1. Just please do something right. Now's the chance to do something right. So on to this next scene here, we see our combatants walking together, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm in shock that Baraka is hanging with these guys. Kung Lao amongst the fighters had history with Baraka, as they were both in the battle for bloodlust for quite a while during the days of Armageddon. Not of which, during the days of Mortal Kombat Armageddon, were you like ask for a truce between the two, because You know, Baraka had beef with the White Lotus, which began a rivalry between Baraka and Kung Lao, including Liu Kang. Yes, Liu Kang had beef with Baraka before as well. They both have history. But as we can see here, they both made up, right? Like, Liu Kang saw his enemies that fought him over the years. Basically, Liu Kang turned Baraka and Reptile into good guys. And to that, I'll say that this was quite the unexpected change of heart that I never thought I would see in the future. And like, this was totally unexpected. Seeing Baraka and Kung Lao walking together just warms my heart. There is no bad blood between them. They are both friends. They are both explicitly the friends that we didn't need it, but we truly deserved. Oh wait, that's the other way around. They are both the friends we didn't deserve, but we truly needed. Moving on, we see Reptile, who seems to be on a spy mission perhaps? The reason for this is unknown, as well as the big bad who remains in the shadows for as long as he wishes. So my guess is there could be a henchman that's very important to spy on in order for Reptile to find the big threat that Liu Kang seeks. And well, this is perhaps could be like a spy mission for Reptile, that he's like working for Liu Kang to just find that spy. Now let's talk about gameplay, because my god, the gameplay is absolutely amazing. Reptile pretty much has all you can expect from the Green Ninja himself, and just during his combos he can morph into a giant crocodile, which you'll see in a minute, making them all the more wild and just fun to see. And I ain't lying when I say I can't wait to practice Reptile every second of the day. When I see that big muscle mass crocodile, just look at that. Wow, it is spectacular just when I see that. Just that big crocodile is massive and huge, man. Oh my god. And the rest nailed it with Reptile's gameplay. It's like, it is the best gameplay I've ever seen, and will forever treasure it in my most hyped up favorite gameplay of the year, hands down. The acid ball, of course you can't have Reptile without the acid ball. That's been his signature move since day one, just to be clear. But honestly, I think the giant crocodile is the highlight of this gameplay, because I was at the edge of my seat when that thing popped up, and was like, okay, now things are getting intense real fast because of that. Up next, we have the returning 3D era character who hasn't been playable 15 years, and since Armageddon, I would presume, and that is Ashura. So this is like 15 years in the making for a returning character that nobody thought would return. But hey, it's a blast from the past, right? So, and the rest executed that perfectly, with Ashura maintaining her character as the Netherrealm's fearsome warrior upon the death of the evil realm, so to speak. So it's good to see her back from the 3D era, because, well, she needed to return at some point, right? She hasn't been playable in 15 years like Fujin hasn't since he returned in Mortal Kombat X, and now we got Ashura in Mortal Kombat 1 since she hasn't been playable since Mortal Kombat Armageddon. And I'm like, man, it's good to be back. Over the course of which I find myself thinking this is an angel, I thought differently when I saw that sword and she slashes her opponents with it, showing you that Ashura is not playing, because she is here to wreak some havoc upon the warriors of Earthrealm. And just, my god, she is so vicious with that sword, and it's just flaming exciting to see how good this action could be when she has that weapon in her hands. And of course we got Cyrax as a cameo, which I wish he was playable, but my god, I definitely like to see more of maybe Sector than Cyrax, because I do love the ketchup robots for the most part. But speaking of Havoc, remember when I said in my previous videos about Evo that Havoc will make his grand return due to the sheer request that he's been given over Natara, because he's most certainly the best bone-breaking Joker-like fighter to ever walk and start Rise like only he knows how?
Will accept chaos by choice or by force.
holy moly, the hype for Havoc was way off the charts, and the gameplay alone was very well deadly to an insane loose cannon level. And it just blew me away to see him use his missing arm as a weapon. I mean, oh my god, Havoc put tremendous fear into my heart when he took his arms off and just bludgeoned his opponent with it. And I'm like, that's the Havoc at his most insane level, to literally know nothing but chaos, and chaos is all he sees, because Havoc cannot be stopped, and he will start a chaos and make his fight bloody. And in this gameplay, that's exactly what he does. Is he goes to town on you while you thrive in pain and agony, and just that alone is why we love Havoc. Havoc is literally insane, like the Joker, and I think they will both have a blast just by causing chaos together and everywhere they go, because simply there's just no peace. They know nothing but peace. All they know is chaos, and they just like to start things, and that's what Havoc has always been, and just start riots everywhere he goes. And well, just hey, that's Havoc. You can't change it for who he is. He's all about that chaos and stuff, man. So here we are, back with Reptile once again, showing his moves that are like so mind-blowing to the core, because he can literally turn into a monster while in human form. And I give absolute praise to NetherRealm Studios by making Reptile human, thus changing into a monster similar to a Komodo dragon, and that alone is like absolutely fun to see. It's nice to see Reptile become human and like a monster. So we finally get to see Striker come into play with his pistols, his tasers, his nightstick, you name it. So he then goes Leon S. Kennedy mode on Melina, and after a couple of shots, he starts tasing her to a full electrocution and just goes nighty-night on you with this nightstick. And like, oh my god, that is brutal. That is the brutalest I've ever seen yet. And oh my god, I don't know what to say. This is the largest monster I've ever seen in my entire life in a fighting game, and oh my god. I think Striker will be my go-to cameo as far as his pistol goes, and just I think he's gonna be a great cameo. And to wrap this up, we see Reptile swallow Melina whole, and believe me, you don't want to know what he does next. So if you want to check it out, I'll leave the link down in the description, because I don't want to get demonetized, but seeing Melina get swallowed is very nightmare fueling. Bad enough she's a walking sandwich ice cream, and somehow ended up in the eyes of Reptile and as well caught and eaten alive. So for that, I say that's the best karma Melina gets for being so broken in Mortal Kombat X. So for this one, I'm very satisfied. I'm very satisfied. And that's gonna be the end of this video. I do hope you all enjoyed this video. I do apologize if I sounded cringe a bit towards the end of this trailer, as this was the longest video I could ever make, because I talked a lot more about the stages than everything else in this video, as my main concern was, will there be menacing looking stages? And as confirmed, they are bringing back the undead looking stages. But I did take the time to give you what I mostly enjoyed about this trailer, as my time for seeing Reptile, Ashra, Havoc in action was very well rewarded, and I couldn't be any more profound than to say, yes, this is exactly what I call a trailer, and NRS nailed it 10 out of 10. This is like 1000% my favorite trailer of Mortal Kombat 1. Anyways, more content to come to this channel, and as always, I'll see you guys next time for more content of Mortal Kombat 1. I'll see you next time.